Congratulations on the birthday of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. أول من أسلم وأول من صلى مع النبي, the first Muslim from the Rajab after the Holy Prophet, and the first one who prayed after the Messenger of Allah. The birthday of Amir al-Mu'mineen is the birth of freedom and justice. It is the freedom and it is truth and trust. The birth of Ali is the birth of dignity and devotion. It is a birth of courage and commitment. No one denied his integrity. Even his worst enemies never denied his virtues, his wisdom, his knowledge, and piety. ولدته في حرم الإله وأمنه والبيت حيث فناؤه والمسجد بيضاء طاهرة الثياب كريمة طابت وطاب وليدها والمولد. Since he was born in the Kaaba, when Fatimah Bint Al-Assad, one of the pious ladies and faithful to Allah, even before knowing the details about Islam, she was doing the tawaf and she felt the hurt and the pain of time of delivery. The closest shelter was the Kaaba. So she entered the Kaaba. And since that blessed baby was born, he was under the tarbiyah and education of the Holy Prophet. He was moved officially to the house of the Prophet when he was only 6 years old. And he melted in the soul of the Holy Prophet since then. So it's not an exaggeration in the word of Allah when he said, وَأَنفُسَنَا وَأَنفُسَكُمْ. And he considered Ali as his own self, our souls. Our souls. And when they participated in Mubahala, only Ali was with him from Anfusana, of course from Nisa'ana only Fatima, and Abna'ana only Hassan and Hussein. When the Holy Prophet said, أَنَا وَعَلِيٌّ مِّن شَجَرَةٍ وَاحِدَةٍ وَالنَّاسُ مِنْ أَشْجَارٍ شَتَّى. You are from the same root, from the same blessed tree, شجرة طيبة. صلى الله عليك يا أبا الحسن يا أمير المؤمنين. Our greetings and our peace and blessings toward you, O Commander of the faithful and believers. يا طالع الباب الذي عن هزها عجزت أكف 44 ما العالم العلوي إلا تربة فيها لجثتك الشريفة مضجع يا من له في الأرض يا من له في أرض قلبي منزل نعم المراد الرحب والمستربع. This is the way that Ibn al-Hadid, a Sunni scholar, expressed his love and his amaze of the spiritual power and excellence and character of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Is talking about his shaja'ah, that the door of the Khaybar, which was 44 people could not even move it, they couldn't touch it, but this commander of the faithful saved the whole army with the power that was not from the matbakh, was not from food, but quwwatan rabbaniyah, the heavenly energy, the spiritual power from the kingdom of heaven was manifested in the hands and arms of Amir al-Mu'mineen. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ. The life of Amir al-Mu'mineen is the life of Ridwan Allah. Everything, his thought, his heart, his action is about pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not about power, it's not about money and dunya. Ya dunya hurri ghayri قد طلقتك ثلاثا لا رجعة فيها. Even when he is in the top of the power, and power corrupts almost everyone. But this is Ali who said that I divorce you, O dunya, you can't fool me, you can't deceive me. Stay away. I divorce you 3 times. There is no point of return. We are separated forever. That's why when Ibn Ajwar al-Tamimi, he met with Muawiyah and he said, جئتك من عند أبخل الناس يقصد بها أمير المؤمنين نعوذ بالله. I am coming from, I departed and I left a man who was stingy. Muawiyah said, you are talking about Ali. Wallah, وَإِلَكَ وَأَنَّا أَتَاهَا اللَّوْمُ. How can you blame a man like Ali with what you said? لو كان لعلي بيت من تبن وبيت من تبر لأنفق التبر قبل التبن. This is the judgment of Muawiyah, one of the worst enemies of Ali, who refused the pledge of allegiance, who started the most criminal wars against Ali. And this is what all Ahlul Sunnah are saying, that all of them, I have not seen, I have not heard, I have not read in any Sunni book so far, even one single scholar who say that Ali was wrong and Muawiyah was right. Everyone said Ali was right and he was close to truth and Muawiyah was wrong in his conspiracy about Ali. But the same Muawiyah is saying that, why you are saying that I'm coming from a stingy man and blaming Ali? I swear by God, if Ali had 2 houses, one house full of hashish, grass, and weeds, and one house full of al-dhahab, the gold, he would yunfiq, he would spend the house of gold fi sabilillah, in the path of God, before the weed. He is not starting from the cheaper one. He will start from the most expensive one. This is his judgment. This is Amir al-Mu'mineen, the most madloom man among all political leaders of human history. While Ali knows his qatil, he knows the killer. He said, I know who is going to kill you. Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, then arrest him and kill him. All the politicians do this. Muawiyah does this. All politicians, the past and present, all did the same thing. They don't have tolerance to opposition, but they react in different degrees. They say, kill your killer. He said, I cannot do that. He has not killed me. How can I kill him first? How can I arrest him? لا يجوز القصاص قبل الجريمة وقبل الجناية. I cannot do such a thing. And when he is in the bed of death, he is talking about his killer. Ibn Muljam is there. Please be careful. First of all, I want to share the same food and same water you brought for me. Did he eat? Did he drink? Be careful. If I survive, I know what to do. And if I died, you have no right to torture him. You have no right to humiliate him. Because mutilation and dismembership of a person is haram. And I heard the Holy Prophet said, do not do that even to the rabid dogs. Al-Kilam al-Wahshiyya. Don't do that even for them. And if we say that we follow the Prophet, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. So I am amazed, those who in Iraq, in Syria, somewhere else, those who do all these crimes, those who dismember, kill people, open their hearts, eat their kabad and qalb, their heart, and at the same time they claim that they follow Rasulullah. How can they justify such a thing? Ali was صوت العدالة الإنسانية, صوت الحرية الإنسانية, صوت الكرامة الإنسانية, the voice of wisdom, the voice of justice, the voice of human dignity. And if we say that we are the Shi'ia of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Shi'ia, brothers and sisters, come from Shi'ia, and then ila bab al-taf'il, Shi'ia. And it has at least three meanings. شيعه أي قواه, شيعه أي كبعه, شيعه أي شابهه. To be a Shia of somebody, number one, to qawwah, to support. Number two, to follow. And number three is to be the same. So if we are Shia of Ali, we have to support him, we have to follow him. We must be like Ali. And you see, this is a big responsibility. The Shia of Ali is the one whose center of soul is Allah. Thinking for Allah, talking for Allah, working for Allah, getting for Allah, giving for Allah, liking for Allah, disliking for Allah. Allah is the center of the soul of the person who claims to be followers of Amir al-Mu'mineen, because Ali's life and the center of the spirit of Ali was Mardatullah. كان علي يتبع في جميع أمره مرضات الله تعالى. In everything in his life, the standard for Ali is Mardatullah. And we as the followers of Ali, ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ. On the day of judgment, Allah will ask us about the ni'mah that He gave us. What ni'mah? Some of us said, oh, He is asking about all this food and all this water and all things to eat and drink. But this is more important than that. You think that Allah would ask us day of judgment, stop us and say that, what did you eat? I mean, in details, these questions are questions. But when Allah says, An-Na'im, when we compare it with other verses in the Quran, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. An'amta means ni'mah, comes next to al-hidayah. Ihdina an'amta. That means that the biggest ni'mah of Allah is ni'mah of al-hidayah. And Allah would ask us that we guide you through the ni'matul wilayah. The gift of leadership of Amir al-Mu'mineen is a gift that la tus'alunna. You are responsible. You are going to go ask about that. And this leadership is a universal. This is the man who said, الناس إما أخ لك في الدين أو نذير لك في الخال. The humanity are either your brothers in belief and faith, or they are similar in creation. Brothers and sisters, on the day of the birth of Amir al-Mu'mineen, let's remember that Ali is not a person. Ali is a path. Ali is a direction. Ali is a destination. Ali is a universal message. Ali is a call for humanity. And challenging the whole world to move from ignorance to awareness. Ali is asking the world to move from darkness to light, from hate and hostility to healing and hospitality. Is a call from war and terrorism them to peace and justice, from retaliation, revenge, to rationality and respect, from the policy of death and destruction to dignity and dialogue, from the poison of prejudice to the power of passion and love. This is the path of Amir al-Mu'mineen, and this is the call of Abu al-Hasan alayhi salam, Shi'ati wallah, al-hulama, al-ulama billah wa bidineh, al-amiluna bi ta'atihi wa amrih, al-muhtaduna bi hubbih, tu'rafu al-rabbaniyah fi wujuh shi'atina. If somebody coming to Dearborn, now there is a conference and some brothers and sisters coming, although majority of them also are followers of Amir al-Mu'mineen, but they should see the signs of the beauty of the Shi'ia of Amir al-Mu'mineen, that Dearborn should be different, because this is a big responsibility to claim that I follow Ali and I support Ali and I like to be like Amir al-Mu'mineen, this madloom of human history. Ashura was one day. There was madloomiyah, but so fast. But no Imam suffered as Amir al-Mu'mineen. In the first 23 years, always in jihad, ضد al-kuffar. And 25 years of silence and suffering in the worst way. And even when he is in power, the last 4 or 5 years of end of his life, look at Khawarij, look at Naqitin and Mariqin and Qasitin, all from inside the Muslim community. The first few months, he had to go to Jabal in Basra, fighting with whom? An army which was led by one of the wives of the Holy Prophet. You have Salama who opposed the war, and then the wife of the Prophet. How painful for Amir al-Mu'mineen, how hard for him to get involved in such a confrontation. But he had no any other option. And before this war is finished, they started a Safin, Muawiyah starting from Sham. And thousands of innocent people were killed during the Safin. Now Safin is almost ended with a painful conclusion. Imam is coming back to Kufa. Almost 10,000 from those who supported him in Safin, they separated and they started another war against Amir al-Mu'mineen in Nahrawan, the Khawarij. When we say قتل علي في محراب عبادته وعدالته, because of his justice, because of his purity, because of his truth and trust, because he wanted to do the right thing, people could not tolerate, out of their ignorance, out of their selfishness, out of their greed, out of the love for power and politics, out of for hubb al-dunya. They hurt Amir al-Mu'mineen to the point that he started crying, "Oh Allah, take these guys from me and give them somebody better than them, and replace me and give them someone worse, somebody that they deserve." And after 1400 years, those who say Ya Ali, again they are the target of the Khawarij, the target of fitna, the target of terrorism. That this terrorism against the path of Amir al-Mu'mineen continues even in our time. Look at innocent people that die every day in Iraq, every day in Syria, every day in Afghanistan and Pakistan, every day in everywhere else in Lebanon. All this fitna, all these forces of Khawarij of 21st century are reminding us of the madlumiyah of Amir al-Mu'mineen. We talk about terrorism. Terrorism has a definition. If you go to the dictionary, terrorism has its own meaning. If you go to the politics, You ask FBI, for example, what is your definition of terrorism? They tell you their definition of terrorism. But now there's so much politics is involved that terrorism doesn't mean terrorism anymore. The definition of terrorism is defined by politics. If you don't like Israel, you are a terrorist, even if you are not involved in terrorism. If you like Israel, you are not terrorist, even if you get involved in terrorism. I heard something in the news that European Union are going to decide about this group and that group in Lebanon and say these are terrorists, these are not. How come you decide? Is it like a decision or there is a definition for terrorism? How come you get together and you say, aha, we think that Mr. X is terrorist because he is not in that category of politics that we like it or we don't like it. If people like in certain area in Syria, they kill people with satur and ruthlessly, well, the president is saying that, yeah, the bombing in Boston was influenced with the ideology of Al-Qaeda, and that helped fuel the attack in Boston. If that is the case, and you are saying that it is legitimate to use drone strikes against Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, but why you have double standard against the terrorists somewhere else? You are saying that, yeah, in some areas, Al-Qaeda are legitimate target of drone strikes, but in another area, like in part of Syria, they are legitimate for dollar strike, not the drone strike, but the dollar by Saudi Arabia. And we help them, though they are obviously acting like terrorism. So you see, brothers and sisters, the same double standard, the same hypocrisy that's painful and we observe today were used at that time in Jamal, in Siffin, in Nahrawan. They were saying the same thing. And we see, unfortunately, now, not only in the Western and Eastern world, even in many Muslim countries and Arab countries, you see this hypocrisy and double standard that they are using because power corrupts. And they are corrupted out of the love for power, for politics, and for money. كل من في الوجود يطلب سيدا إنما الاختلاف في الشبكات. Looks like everyone, the Muslim and non-Muslim and Arab and non-Arab, is just in different degrees, but the same hypocrisy, unfortunately, is going on. And this is the responsibility and challenge for our youth to understand the path of Amir al-Mu'mineen, that the world operates like that. There's so much injustice, so much corruption, so much evil, so much oppression, so much racism, so much prejudice, so much poverty, so much bad things going on in this world. And only if we are aware of continue with al-amr bil-ma'ruf wa nahy anil-munkar, always support what is right and stand against what is wrong regardless. Always follow what is fair and what is just, even if that hurts us, even if that helps our enemy, doesn't matter. ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على أن لا تعدلوا اعدلوا هو أقرب للتقوى. Don't let that your hate for your enemies justify injustice. If justice helps your enemies, let it be. If justice hurts your parents, your children, yourself, that's fine. And that is the path of Amir al-Mu'mineen. As the followers and the Shi'ia, we have to stand for justice. And we have to stand against injustice regardless of our friends or foes, or Muslims or non-Muslims, all the time. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر وإلى الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.